Okay, hey y'all, I need a little snack. So, plant snacks, see that? Vegan cheddar, see that? I'll give you an intro to this video. I'm really hungry, hold on. Okay, now I'm ready to start. So, this will be like my first lifestyle video with you all. Oh, by the way, y'all know I'm a stylist. Check out my outfit real quick. Ain't she cute? Ooh. Girl, look. Come on. Oh. Okay, we're done. Okay, but anyway, this will be my first like lifestyle video on here. I've been brainstorming some things. If you know what type of content you want to see on this channel, let me know. That's some chips, sorry. Let me know. I'll put out the content that you would like to see. However, for the first ever lifestyle video, I am going to talk about today. Today is actually August 24th, 2021. And 1 year ago, I made the decision to become vegan. Today is my 1 year vegan anniversary. Woo! I just kind of want to do the hands, but I don't know what I was doing really. Let me tell you my story of going vegan. So some people think that I went vegan because he's vegan. Absolutely not, that's not what happened. I was vegan before I met him. And the crazy thing, y'all, is we went vegan around the same time. We went vegan in the same month. However, he went vegan like a whole year before I did. I'm just so happy because today, y'all, I am a girl, I'm 100% vegan. So for those of you who don't know what vegan is, whatever, let me just give you some pointers on that. Being vegan basically is when you eat foods and drink drinks free from animal production products, stuff like that. So for instance, that means no milk at all. That means skim milk, the fat-free milk, all of that, and no milk, okay, because that's from cows, right? No cheese, has milk in it, also from cows. Or goat milk. I know some people do goat milk. Not many people do that in the US, but just to give you a, okay. No ice cream that has cow milk in it. Yogurt that a lot of times has milk in it, like just can't get around it. No butter, no honey. This honey is from bees. And then what else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Sometimes people will say things like, oh, is this vegan? Is that vegan? And a lot of times they're naming like spices, some type of seasoning. Sometimes people are naming actual fruits and vegetables. And that just makes me want to be like, oh, bless your heart, babe. Like, it's part of being plant-based. So some people have a different definition when it comes to being vegan, when it comes to being plant-based, whatever. I call it the same thing because at the end of the day, I'm just not going to eat anything that's an animal product. However, the reason why I went vegan, let me share my story with you. Started trying some vegan foods probably at the top of 2020. So we're talking January, and I mean like January 1st. I went on a trip with my friend, and we went to New York for New Year's. Out there exploring New York. Neither of us had ever been to New York before. We had a friend out there that lived in New Jersey, stayed with her, and shout out to Celeste. And it was so much fun. Like, we just explored different parts of New York, and we ate so good. Now, I was not vegan at that time, so I was having all types of cheese, stringy pizza, and I think we had chicken. We probably had chicken. Because I was big on eating chicken before I went vegan. But I started trying a bunch of vegan foods and stuff like that. And it became something that was like, something I just wanted to explore and discover. Because I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. People can make like burgers and stuff like that. And it has no meat in it. Like, that's crazy. So my friend that I went with, shout out to Lacey real quick, and my girl. She's the one who introduced me to those foods that were like that. I was like, oh, that's crazy. Like, you know, she would say stuff to me, and I was like, wow, I wouldn't mind trying that. I was just open to it. And so when we were in New York, we tried this place that was vegan, y'all. They had this vegan brookie. Now, Lacey brought it. I ain't buy it. I only tried it at the place. I should have brought me one because later on that day we was on the bus because we took a bus there. And I was like, oh, can I have some of your brookie, girl? Because it was so good. And it had, like, it was completely vegan, y'all. It had no milk in it, no eggs. We tried that. That was good. We tried a burger there. She had a burger. That joint was so good, y'all. Like, I had no idea about vegan and all that stuff before Lacey. So thanks to Lacey, I'm a vegan girl. Signed, sealed, delivered. If we backtrack before that, so when I was in college, I stopped eating a lot of different things. Prior to being vegan, I loved cheese. Oh my God. I love cheese, I love chicken, I love seafood before I was vegan. But when I was in college, I came to this point where I actually went on a fast. That's what kind of started this. I went on a 40-day, was it 40 or 21? No, I went on a 40-day Daniel's fast. And that whole time, that Daniel's fast, for people who don't know, if you are a Christian, if you're a follower of Jesus, let me say it like that because I'm not a religious person. I don't ever want people to get that mixed up. No, I have a relationship with the one true and living God, period. When you're a Christian, you're kind of familiar with the Daniel's fast, which is, I think fasting really is just abstaining yourself from food. Just go look it up yourself. I'm not gonna get into that in this video. So anyway, at that time, I was on a Daniel's fast. I remember in college, I would go to the caf, and I remember specifically having this tortilla this time. And it was flat because it wasn't bread that could rise. So it was flat, unleavened bread, and I had put some spinach from the calf in there, and I put like some ranch dressing on it, and I would roll it up and I would eat it, and people would be like, what is going on with her? But I was fasting at the time. I ate a lot of potatoes at that time, just vegetables really at that time. I don't know if I ate too many fruits at the time, but I know for sure I ate a lot of vegetables. And my body, whenever you fast, your body will feel the difference. Your body will feel the difference. So yeah, just be aware of that. Basically, I'm telling you that story because when I came off of that fast, I was feeling good. And I was like, I don't even want to go back to eating the things I was eating before. Now, I still ate meat. I told y'all that I was in New York, you know, a year ago. And I was chomping on some chicken. I fasted and I decided not to eat pork, not to eat beef. I don't know how long I did that, but after I came off of it, I tried a piece. I didn't even like it. I kind of learned more about like how meat is made and as far as burgers. And one burger, if y'all didn't know this, science has told us, so if you like, ooh, where the facts? Here they go. Usually in one burger patty has come from about 100 different cows. So just think about that. And then also, when I became vegan, I've learned how they operate in those factories and stuff. It's very cruel, I'll say. Cruel is even an understatement, honestly. They just don't have a high level of sanitation at all when it comes to slaughtering these animals that they're, you know, using, because there's such a high demand for like chicken and beef and stuff. Like think of all the restaurants just in the city that you live in that offers those things on a daily basis. Like they have to get that from somewhere, and depending on their business too, like the ones that are really booming, like where are they getting all this chicken from? Where are they getting all this seafood from? Where are they getting all of this beef from? You know, it's a lot. And sometimes that could just be for one place, but we have many places that have these entrees and things that have beef and pork and chicken and all those things in it. So anyway, oh Lord, I be talking about some of these stuff, like where was I at? When I was in college, over time, I stopped drinking regular milk. I cut it completely out. My favorite milk, my favorite first unmilked milk was almond milk. I loved it. The first time I ever tried that was, I was at someone's house and she was like, oh yeah, put this in your smoothie, it was good. And I'm like, girl, this food is so good. Like, y'all don't know, that's what it was so good. So I took, you know, the little cup that she gave me just to try the almond milk by itself, and it had like a vanilla flavoring in it as well. And y'all, when I drank that, it tastes like ice cream to me. It tastes like vanilla ice cream. And I was in love, and I said, I'm gonna drink almond milk, forget that other milk, I don't want it. later on I found out that when they milk cows in those factories and stuff, a lot of the pus, the blood, feces are in the milk. And there are people who turn, because you know that this stuff has color, they just turn it back white, so you don't even know that it's in there. Disgusting. You can look all these things up that I'm saying, by the way. If you don't believe me, always look it up by yourself, for yourself, okay? At some point I stopped eating beef, I stopped eating pork, and the only meats that I was eating was chicken, fish, and turkey. So chicken, seafood, turkey, that was the only thing I was eating as far as meats. Now that I think about it, I don't know why I didn't stop eating cheese, because, you know, if I'm not drinking regular milk, but there's milk, you know, y'all know what I'm saying? But there's milk in the cheese, and there's milk in the chocolate bars that I was still eating, and there was milk that I don't drink, straight up, still in yogurt and stuff. I don't know, I ain't think about it. But anyway, that had already happened in my life and my health. Let's fast forward to the year I actually went vegan. In 2020, I had this crazy breakout thing start happening to my body. It was crazy, y'all. Like, I'm saying, like, allergic reaction of hives on my body just randomly popping up. It would normally happen at nighttime. I would go to sleep and I would be fine. I would wake up in the middle of the night, some random time, and I have a spot somewhere on my body where I have broken out, where there's a hive. It's hot, it's itchy, it's inflamed, it's uncomfortable. It was torturous, y'all, seriously. And to be on a very serious note, I know this is our first lifestyle video, but I'm just gonna be myself and I'm gonna tell you what I know. And I know for a fact that on the natural side, it really didn't make sense why I was breaking out, because the only allergies that I really had was to pollen and some type of medicine. I hadn't really changed much. I had been eating the way that I was eating for a while. And what happened was I would start breaking out. I could eat some ginger cookies, y'all. And if I eat a good amount of those, break out. If I had pasta, I remember one time my sister had brought our family Red Lobster, and we were all sitting there eating. Y'all, was fine. Y'all, for some reason that same night, I broke out. Y'all, it didn't matter what I ate. I came to the point where I would write down everything that I ate in a day. I would look at these ingredients and I would see, like, what could my possible new allergy be? And honestly, I dealt with that for almost a whole year. And when I tell you I was breaking out, this is not I was breaking out one time out of the month and I still don't know. No, I was breaking out a good 3 to 5 days out of the week and waking up every night. Just every night that I was breaking out, I was up. And I went to the hospital a couple times for that. They're like, oh, Benadryl, da-da-da. At that time, and even now, I really don't like taking medicine because it has so many different side effects. And one thing that I've learned being vegan is that there are foods that you can put together and they're healing to your body, you know? Or even doing a what they call intermediate fast, which means from morning time to about like 12 or 1 o'clock, you don't eat anything. It heals your body actually when you fast. So it's not even just a soul thing and a spirit thing with God, with our Heavenly Father, you know what I'm saying, with Jesus and stuff, but it's also like healing physically for your body. I was going through it for a long time. That actually began to happen to me around April and didn't stop until August. So I actually went to see a, what do they call those people? An allergist. I went to go see an allergist. And y'all, they took my allergy test. And I went based off of the things that I had written down in my phone on what I think would have been breaking me out. Even down to soy, gluten, whatever. I didn't care. I was like, just test me for it. You know, I got to pick out 50 things. and on my back they just stuck me and stuff. And this lady told me, like, there's nothing that your body's reacting to that's high enough to diagnose you with that as an allergy for you. However, she said your body's reacting the same to a lot of these things. Like, it's swelling up a little bit, but it's not, you know, it's really weird. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. But I did come to find out that I was being spiritually attacked, and I don't know for what reason, but that was happening by spirit, and it was coming out onto my body through hives. And so it's so amazing because I decided to go vegan August 24th, 2020. And y'all, when I went vegan, that stuff does her. Now, I did pray. Let me say that. I did pray. But when I also went vegan, I was not having breakouts. I actually stopped having breakouts. And I went cold turkey. In a sense, kind of, sort of. Like I told y'all before, I already stopped eating beef and pork. So I was having no red meats. And then on top of that, I was already drinking like almond milk, stuff like that. And, you know, cutting back on different things. I was not having breakouts anymore like I had been. And I was so happy about it. Like, so serious, I was so happy about it. Because to go through that, for one, it was uncomfortable. Two, it left me a little restless, where I feel like I wasn't getting enough sleep. And it just wasn't fun. I'm very happy that I went vegan for that reason, because it improved my health. I've learned so much. It's a mindset of healthiness, like having a healthy mindset. And researching, learning the facts. You know, thanks be unto God that he gave me my boyfriend, because my boyfriend has helped me a lot in my vegan journey too. He's been vegan a whole year, you know, ahead of me. So he had different recipes, things that he made, different facts that he knew about different foods, about them being GMO and hybrid foods and things like that. And it's just been a huge help for me. Seriously, it's been a huge help for me. So a happy 1 year anniversary of being vegan to me. Thank you, Jesus. And thinking, Lord, them breakouts are gone. Y'all don't understand. that was something different. Even to detergents, a sister's trying to figure it out. And that's another thing. Even now, I use like a plant-based detergent. It's really good. You know, being vegan is just a way of life. Not just in what you eat, but what you wear too. Because, I mean, some things, they be leather. And they come from animals, and the way that if y'all saw that documentary I'm gonna have to figure out what it was called, and I'll link it in my description box so y'all can go watch it as well. But it's definitely on YouTube for sure. But it has definitely been a life changer. It's been a good smooth turn from me, a good shift in my life to become vegan. And it's really not as hard as people think that it is. It's really not. I always tell people when they're deciding to go vegan, or some people try being vegan for like 30 days or a week or whatever. And I think that's good. That's awesome. Everyone is different. So one thing I will say is you have to figure out what works best for you. What works for you when you go vegan. So I do. I'm one of those people, I'm like, yeah, you should go vegan. You should. But just learning your body and knowing what your body can handle and what your body needs, minerals, vitamins, different things like that. That's how you learn yourself. As well as finding, sometimes people are skeptical about finding foods that they'll actually like, that taste good. Season your food. And there's so much out here. Like, you really can go to stores, and there are different companies that have made like plant-based this, vegan this, blah blah. Be careful, make sure you read the ingredients. I'll say that. That's a huge thing I've learned. Read the ingredients of everything, you know, because and learn with some of those words that you don't know. Like, you're like, oh, I don't know what that is, and research it and see what that really is and how it affects your body. Another thing I've learned is, as far as like different dyes and stuff, they could be linked to cancer or dumbing down your brain cells and stuff. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy out here, y'all. It's crazy. But I always tell people to find out what it is that you like. For me personally, I'm a spice person. I love spicy food. So I be spicing up my food to this day. Okay? I'll make spaghetti or marinara type of pasta with like vegan sausage and other vegetables in there, y'all, and it'd be good. It'd be so good. That was actually one of my favorite vegan meals, and I think it was one of the first ones that I gravitated to the most. Shout out to Olive Garden, because they helped me curate my own little marinara pasta, because they have a vegan option there where they just have their pasta and they have like this marinara sauce on it, and I had ordered it when I went vegan, and it was so good, y'all. It was so good, and I was like, man, I can make this myself. And I just, you know, started trying different things over time. I tried some zucchini, some squash or whatever, and I loved it. Threw some vegan sausage in there, y'all. Spice that joint up. I've had vegan Parmesan cheese on it. I'm trying to tell y'all. And also, if you're vegan, Olive Garden has these garlic breadsticks. Them sounds good too. Vegan, okay? They ain't got no butter in them. So anyway, you just have to find out what you like. You have to have an open mind and be willing to try different things too. And some people say, oh, well, being vegan is expensive or stuff like that. Okay, I will give you this. Some foods can be expensive. If you go to the store and buy all the ingredients for it and make it yourself at home, it's much cheaper than if you go to a vegan restaurant and buy like the entree or whatever food they have. You're gonna spend around the same price just for the one thing. And it's not wrong, you gotta treat yourself sometimes. But you know, it can get expensive when you're trying to get these processed foods, like these plant-based nuggets or these plant-based burgers, things like that, or even plant-based sausage. It can get expensive. That's just the time to really, I just encourage you to explore the foods from the ground and how they are. Like, I've made salads, and no, I don't eat salads every day because I think that's boring. I told you that I like pasta, so I've made pasta. I like pasta. I've made fried rice, veggie fried rice, and it was delicious. Don't need no eggs in it. We don't do eggs. Remember, we don't do eggs. I've done a couple Asian dishes, and they're just so good. Like, I really like Asian food. Anyway, thank you all for watching. If you ever want to try being vegan, I recommend you do it. Also, I would say if you have any questions or comments that you'd like to make, drop them down there in the comment, y'all. If you love this video, go ahead and hit that like for me. And if you love the content that you're seeing now, you checked out all them other videos, baby, hey, it's time for you to subscribe and turn on that bell too. But I will see y'all later. Bye. Happy 1 year to me.